Welcome to Networking Squared with Jerry O and Al Crawford. Grab your coffee, hang out for an hour, and learn from their business experts. Now, here are your business squares, Jerry and Al.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Networking Squares. Jerry O here. I can't believe they gave us the keys to the studio today, Al.
Good morning, Jerry, and good morning, everybody out there. What a beautiful day.
It's going to be an awesome day today. We're going to get out of here a little bit later and go listen to the game. Are you going anywhere, Al?
I will be home with my wife watching the beautiful game this afternoon.
Yeah, if you want, I'm going to be out at the River Rat out in Mount Clemens off of South River Road. Going to enjoy the game with some family and friends. Your predictions, Al?
Well, I do have a prediction, Jerry, but you're going to have to stay tuned. I will make that prediction at the end of the show.
I think we're being very coy out there. I'd like to introduce Networking Squared and what we're going to be doing with the show today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. Also, check us out on Facebook at Networking Squared, and that is spelled out. NETWORKING squared, SQUARED. It is a fan page on Facebook. Please sign up. Amazingly, we have yet to go on the air, yet we already have more than 200 fans that are out there in Radio Land listening to us, Jerry. We've been taking messages all morning, and now we're on the air. If you'd like to contact us on Facebook, please do that. And also in the studio at 800-923-9385, and we can take your calls. Al, let's talk a little bit about Networking Squared and what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, Jerry, I guess the question that I was wondering at first, and you had set that up so well for me, why Networking Squared? Why that name?
Networking Squared. It is a multiplier, so we can have some of our math people calling in if I mess this up. But Networking Squared is about multiplying your business, multiplying your connections. So we've got the little 2, but we're just going to call it Networking Squared. Plus, we are the squares of networking, Al and Jerry.
Yeah, that's right, Jerry. And unfortunately, with the technology, I wasn't able to squeeze that little 2 on the Facebook page, so we had to actually spell the word out.
We're gonna work on that. Let's talk about what we're trying to accomplish on the show, who we're trying to reach out to, and how we are trying to help Southeast Michigan.
Well, Jerry, I think that the big reason and the big focus here is that we feel that small business is the heart and soul of Southeast Michigan. And it is imperative that we all work together and we all understand the challenges that we're all facing. And we have to figure out how to help each other so that we can get through all the stuff we're involved with right now and be successful again.
Well, that's what we have been doing. We belong to a dynamic networking group that is in Southeast Michigan. And we meet with businesses each day. We attend a lot of functions, especially with all of the chambers. And the group that we're with is Local Business Network. And it is just a great way to identify what you do in your business. And what else have we got, Al?
Well, I think the other part of it, Jerry, is that with our involvement in Local Business Network, it's given us the ability to come face to face with literally hundreds of businesses each week. And what we have seen is the challenges that a lot of them face. And it's something that where we've been able to reach out and touch and to be able to help. That's one of the reasons why, this show was so big, is that we want to be able to share that with others as well.
You know what? Helping rebuild Michigan, and I'm not really sure that the major corporations, the auto companies, are going to be able to give us the support that we've all grown up with all of our lives here. And I think that the small business and the entrepreneurs, that's what's going to be the foundation in the coming years for who we are and what we're going to be able to accomplish. That's why we want to bring all of these small businesses together.
Right. And at the same time, we have a lot of people who, because of buyouts and plant closures and things like that, have gotten lump sums of money, and they're looking to go out and become entrepreneurs, but may not have all the tools needed to be able to go out there and be successful and not ultimately, lose their life savings.
Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to have an interview informational show with guests each week. We're not going to do guests this week because we wanted to get this show all set up on what we're going to do. But we will be taking some phone calls, and we're going to have some exciting guests we've already got lined up, great business people that are experts in their field. It's going to be a great time.
I'm really excited, Jerry, and really this is probably going to be the only show that's about us. Everything else is about you, the small business owner. If you feel that you are an expert in what you do, we want you in here. We want you in the studio, and we want you to be able to share how you've been successful so that we can share that message with others and so that we can help, again, Southeast Michigan be able to get back.
Well, we're going to talk about some of the issues that deal with small business. We're going to have finance people here. We're going to maybe employee issues. I know that, being a business owner, do you want to have employees? Do you want to lease employees? Do you want to do your own payroll? Should you have somebody do your payroll? And political issues.
Yep. It's something where we have to look at this stuff. There's so many things that are going on, especially in an election year. There's a lot of issues that are going, and what we really want to be able to look at is both sides. What's the real deal? And it's something where our listeners need to understand what they need to be aware of and what they need to be very careful of.
So let's get out there and talk to some of the experts. That's what we're about. We are going to bring people in that are experts, and Al and Jerry are not experts in all of this, okay? We're good at talking. That's what they put us in here for. We're going to find those experts, bring them in so that they can tell us about business, what they do, and to teach other people.
Yeah, and I think that through our experiences, we know the questions to ask. We know the things that people want to hear and the things that they need to learn from each other. And that's really why this show is about. We want to have you in the studio sharing the message.
Well, we've talked a little bit about the Networking Squared fan page, and we'd like to get on there. You can check us out, see what we're doing. We would like to get your comments, your compliments, if you need to bust Al's chops, I guess you can do that too in case he's messing up over there. But get on the fan page. Let's talk. Let's find out what your interests are going to be for this show. What else you got, Al?
Well, also, Jerry, we do want this to be an open forum, and we want to give you multiple ways to be able to communicate with us. Obviously, on Facebook, you need to be aware of that. Networking Squared, become a fan, and communicate with us. But also, you can reach out and text. If you want to text us, my number, I'm giving you my personal number here. It's 583-883-5838. Text a question, text something you want to talk about, and we'll be happy to address it. By email, you can contact us both. And my email is Al Crawford, that's ALCRAWFORD, at LOCBUSNET.com. And Jerry's email is JOlson, OLSON, at LOCBUSNET.com. The obvious lock buzz nut. Thanks a lot, Chuck. We appreciate that.
Yeah. As he sits home and listens to the radio station, he would be the Mr. Chuck Gifford, the founder of Local Business Network. So what else are we going to have going on? I tell you what we're never looking for is an infomercial here. When we bring people on, we want to learn about their business. We want to find out how they did it, maybe some of the financing issues for setting up their business. We want to learn what made them successful and what issues they see for building more business in Southeast Michigan. Also finding customers.
Right. I think that a lot of people, I guess I use the analogy, people don't know what they don't know. And that's what I really want to be able to do. It's not that people are doing things the wrong way. They just don't know what they're not doing. And that's what we want to be able to have. We want to fill those voids for people so that there aren't those questions anymore.
I like it very much. We're also going to talk a little bit about where businesses should be looking for new business, some of the technologies that are at hand that maybe they don't know how to use. Certainly LinkedIn, Facebook, texting. I don't know. I didn't ever think that I would be involved in texting, but I like it. It's a great way to share information real quick and doesn't take a lot of time out of my day. I can just get it done. What's your suggestions on Facebook and LinkedIn, Al?
Well, I think that, first of all, I'm really glad that they changed the laws on texting. Texting while driving was pretty terrifying. I really found it hard to steer with my knee when I was texting, so I'm glad it's against the law now.
Well, don't get caught in Troy. I know that they're looking for you out there if you're texting.
Well, you can't even take a sip of a pop in Troy, so I don't want to talk about that.
So What have you? Are you going to have some tips for us on Facebook and LinkedIn?
Yeah, that's definitely what a lot of the show is going to be about. We want to focus on all the different avenues. We realize that face-to-face networking is imperative to any success of a business, but it's ultimately, what do you do with it next? What's the next step? And that's really what we want to go through, so that we can look at, and I can share how I've grown my network and some of my avenues to more than 15 million people.
That is a pretty amazing thing. And we are at 1-800-923-9385. And we're going to be talking about the technologies that we're using now and what we're looking for in the future. It's good to get solid with your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your networking groups, working with your Chamber of Commerce. Now we need to look forward to what is going to be the new thing. And those are some of the things I want to talk to people about. And we're going to just do a lot of learning together. Once again, Al and I are not the experts. We're just the voices. And we are so thankful. It is an absolute privilege to be on the air. And with this, we're going to work very hard for all of our listeners.
Yes, right. And this show is about them. And I did just receive a message saying that I said my phone number wrong. Thanks, Pam. It is 586-883-5838. I apparently said my phone number wrong.
That's amazing. So the person that has that other phone number, if you'll forward those messages over to us, we would appreciate it. And let's try to work on it. And don't be so nervous, Alan. Thank you, Pam. It's always good to have a great wife. So we are going to go head off to a break. And you know what? We're going to talk a little bit about who Al and Jerry are. So you stay tuned. I'm going to tell you who Al really is.
Oh, no.